Well, President Biden says he is doing, quote, everything in his power to bring down gas prices. But how about increasing oil and gas production right here at home instead of relying on more coal and dirtier oil from our overseas adversaries? Here to talk about it is North Dakota Senator John Hoeven. Great to see you, Senator. Thank you very much. The thing that kills me, all of this is being done, all of what President's policies are being done in the name of environmentalism, what we used to call environmentalism. Now it's climate change. But basically, he thinks the environment's getting better because of what he's doing. But it's not. It's getting dirtier because of what he's doing. His attacks on natural gas production and distribution have led to an increase in the use of coal as a means of energy production. We were in 2020. 20% of our energy came from coal. In 2021, it was 24%, and it's going up even higher than that in 2022. So the fact is that his so-called environmentalist policies are leading to dirtier air, right?
David, his energy policy is going completely the wrong direction. He needs to take the handcuffs off our energy producers. Our state is an energy powerhouse for this country. We produce energy from all different sources, traditional and renewable. That includes coal-fired electric, and we have the latest, greatest technology to produce it with the best environmental stewardship in the world. When it comes to oil and gas, Texas is the only state that produces more oil and gas than we do. Again, we do it with the best environmental stewardship in the world. And if the Biden administration would take the handcuffs off, we could produce a lot more. Today, we produce 1.1 million barrels of oil a day, but less than 2 years ago, we produced 1.5 million barrels a day. That's 400,000 barrels, just our state alone. As a country, we're down from 13 million barrels a day to 11.5 million barrels a day because the Biden administration comes with these Band-Aids while they're actually blocking our energy producers. Yeah. So again, it's his energy policy that is the problem, and he needs to take the handcuffs off. Our energy producers will respond. They'll respond big time. And as you know, that would be a huge help for inflation, to reduce inflation across the board. So, yeah, absolutely.
Reduce inflation and,
Senator, but we got to solve the problem.
Just to get back to my point, also make our environment cleaner. I mean, the lefties love to pin coal on Joe Manchin and say, he's a tool of the coal companies. In fact, Biden is much more of a tool of the coal companies because we've had to increase our coal production so much as a result of not having enough natural gas.
Well, David, that's what I'm saying, though. We have the best technology in the world, and we're developing new technologies every day that enable us to produce energy from all of these sources with better environmental stewardship than anywhere else in the world. So instead, you've got the Biden administration going to Maduro in Venezuela or going to OPEC. Yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous. Absolutely. Again, we're driving all these things forward with our technology in terms of energy production. Nobody does it better than right here in the U.S. Under the Trump administration, we were not only energy independent, we were energy dominant, and we can get back there. But again, we've got to unleash this entrepreneurship rather than bottling it up with all these restrictions and regulations that we're seeing from the Biden administration.
What I don't understand, Senator, you say nobody does it better than us, and it's true. We have tremendous restrictions on dirty production, which forces our oil and energy companies to produce in a much cleaner fashion. Nobody does it worse than the Venezuelans. I used to cover Latin America. I did it for 12 years. I covered PDVSA, which is their oil company. They are filthy producers. They have ruined millions of acres of virgin wilderness in their oil production. So I don't understand why, in the name of environmentalism, we're going to the dirtiest producer on earth and trying to get them to produce more oil in a dirtier fashion when we could do it much cleaner with American jobs right here.
It makes absolutely no sense. There's no scientific reason for it. We can do more with the best environmental stewardship. It's not only about energy dependence, energy security, reducing inflation in this country. It's more jobs, it's more economic activity, and it's about helping our allies in Europe while Ukraine is fighting off this invasion by Russia. Western Europe is still paying Russia for oil and gas. That's ridiculous. They should be getting it from us, and we should be cutting off the Russian war machine and helping Ukraine. And look at inflation. Whether you want, it doesn't matter what product you talk about, energy is part of that product.
Right.
And so again, for all these reasons and more, the Biden administration going the wrong direction. They need to take the handcuffs off. Our energy producers can get it done.
By the way, very quickly, do we have enough? Could we produce enough natural gas if we went full tilt, really released all the restrictions to produce the natural gas, turn it into LNG, to provide the Europeans with a replacement for their dependence on Russian oil?
Right, but we need, the pipelines, the gathering systems, all these things, the LNG facilities. That's why you've got to take away these handcuffs, these regulations and restrictions. And not only could we do that, David, but we would the greenhouse gas emissions would be 41% less than getting it from Russia.
Yes. Yeah. If we want a cleaner environment,
future,
produce more right here. Senator Hoeven, great to see you from the great state of North Dakota. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it.